Welcome back to Building Character, where we figure out how to play as your favorite fictional characters in Dungeons & Dragons. Remember to vote in the poll for which character you want to see next, and like and subscribe for safer travels. Maybe. Today we're building Raider of Tombs Lara Croft. Lara is an iconic video game character, the star of 3 movies, and somebody you should probably just leave alone if you find her near your bad guy camp.
Take it on, take it on.
Let's figure out our goals for this build. First, Lara's an archaeologist, so we need some knowledge skills to get a job. Next, we need survival skills for when that job goes to hell, and enough hit points to fight for our life. Finally, we'll make sure we have stealth skills to take out a whole camp of killers before they even realize we're there. For stats, we're using the standard point array from the player's handbook. You can roll if you want, just make sure your dexterity and wisdom are up to snuff. Wisdom's going to be our primary skill here. Medicine and survival are important when you get stranded on your own. Intelligence after that. For whatever reason, ancient civilizations turn their temples and tombs into elaborate puzzles for you to solve. Dexterity next. Most of your weapons are finesse, and your armor of choice is a tank top, so the dex modifier is important. Strength's going to follow that. Lara's quite the athlete, climbing and swimming all through the jungle. Constitution is lower than I'd like it to be, but it's easier to mitigate later than some of the other skills. Finally, we're dumping charisma. The majority of her adventures start off with her saying, "Hey, we should go here," and people being like, "No, that's dumb, go by yourself." That's fine, who needs friends? Lara is a human. Variant humans get 2 free points. Go for dexterity and wisdom. The linguist feat lets you write secret codes and gives you 3 languages of your choice. You get another one from being a human, and another one from the archaeologist background. That archaeologist background also gives you proficiency with history and survival, but we're swapping survival for religion. Not because she shouldn't have that skill, we just can't get religion anywhere else. Take medicine for your skill of choice. I promise survival's coming. Funnily enough, this build kind of becomes a puzzle to get all the skills we need. Meta, right? Starting off as a rogue, you get 4 skills from their list. Go for athletics, acrobatics, perception, and stealth. You also get expertise, doubling your skill proficiency with 2 skills. Athletics and history would be my choices. Finally, there's sneak attack, which lets you add a d6 of damage when you attack a creature with advantage or have an ally within 5 feet of them. You have to use a finesse or ranged weapon. Knives, bows, and hand crossbow, that's what we're using for guns, fall into this category, so that works well with Lara's weapon proficiencies. Second level rogues get cunning action, letting you dash, disengage, or hide as a bonus action. Perfect if you have to get in and out of enemy camps or run away from traps. Third level rogues can pick a roguish archetype, and the scout from Xanathar's Guide to Everything gets survivalist, giving you proficiency and expertise in survival and nature skills. Told you we'd get there. There's also skirmisher, which lets you move half your movement speed as a reaction when an enemy ends their turn next to you. This movement doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, so no worries about someone taking a cheap shot as you escape. Your sneak attack is also bumped up to 2d6. Fourth level rogues can take another feat. The Dungeon Delver feat gives you advantage on perception and investigation checks to find hidden doors, advantage on saves against traps, resistance to damage from those traps, and you can look for those traps while moving at a normal pace. Basically, this means the tomb you're raiding won't become your tomb. Bouncing over to a revised ranger now. You can grab a skill from their list. Investigation will complete our skill list with a hearty 10 total. Pick a favorite enemy you have advantage on tracking and deal an extra 2 damage to. I'd go for beasts, helping you hunt. You're also a natural explorer, getting advantage on initiative and advantage on attacks against creatures who haven't acted in initiative yet. There are a plethora of other bonuses. You get twice as much food while foraging, your group isn't slowed by difficult terrain, and you can't become lost unless there's magical foot. Honestly, look it up, I don't have time to cover it all. Second level rangers can choose a fighting style. I'd go for archery. It gives you +2 to attack rolls with all ranged weapons. You can also learn 2 ranger spells. Long Strider gives you an extra 10 feet of movement per round. Jump triples your jump distance. Both last for a minute and don't require concentration. Third level rangers can pick a conclave. The Gloomstalker conclave makes you a dread ambusher. This lets you add your wisdom modifier to your initiative and make an extra attack in the first round. If that second hit lands, you add a d8 to the damage. You also get Umbral Sight, giving you 60 feet of dark vision and making you invisible to creatures that are relying on their dark vision to see you. This is nice when you're in ancient ruins that don't get a lot of natural light. There's also Primeval Awareness, which lets you spend a minute of concentration to determine if any of your favorite enemy are within 5 miles of you, their group, and if they're moving. Considering Beast covers everything from a field mouse to a giant ape, be very worried if you don't get any information from this. This feature also lets you communicate simple ideas with beasts and figure out what they want and how to stop them from attacking. It's pretty much everything you would get from a good animal handling check, but without having to roll. It's nice. Finally, you can learn another spell. Hunter's Mark lets you deal some extra damage to a target of your choice, adding 1d6 to weapon attacks for 1 hour, depending on your concentration. Fourth level rangers can take another feat. The tough feat gives you 2 HP for every level you have and 2 HP for every level you gain. letting you get shot, stabbed, and bear trapped, and take it in stride. Back to Rogue now. 5th level rogues get uncanny dodge. This lets you take half damage from an attack when you can see the source as a reaction. Your sneak attack also increases to 3d6. 6th level rogues get expertise with 2 more skills. Religion will help you with puzzles, and stealth will help you with enemies. 7th level rogues get evasion, meaning you can take half damage from failed dexterity saves and no damage from successful ones. With this and Dungeon Delver, you officially have nothing to fear while tomb raiding, except maybe like a T-Rex. But you deal an extra 4d6 sneak attack damage to stay hidden and shoot it from a distance. 8th level rogues can take another feat. The crossbow expert is one of the best feats in the game. It lets you ignore the loading for crossbow, freeing up your bonus action for a cunning action. Attacks with a crossbow don't have disadvantage at melee range, and you can make an attack with a hand crossbow as a bonus action after you take a regular attack action with a melee weapon. This brings you to 3 attacks per round on the first turn, letting you really get your ambush on. Back to ranger now. 5th level Gloomstalkers get an extra attack, meaning that you can attack twice instead of once. You still get another attack the first round from Gloomstalker, and your crossbow attack as a bonus action. Really a lot of opportunities to deal some damage. You can also learn 2nd level spells. Find Traps lets you find traps within 120 feet of you. This is defined as something that was created to do harm, so nothing like a weak board on a bridge. 6th level rangers get an improvement to their favorite enemy. This gives you advantage on saves against spells and abilities they use. It also increases your bonus damage to +4 and lets you pick another type of enemy. Check out the list on the revised ranger page and grab one of your choice depending on the campaign. Lara's up to date on all kinds of lore, so any of these could feel true to character. 7th level Gloomstalkers have an iron mind, giving you proficiency with wisdom saves. Spells like Hold Person and Charm Person can be brutal, so this is a good one to have. 8th level rangers get Fleet of Foot, letting you dash as a bonus action, but you already have that, so whatever. The ability score improvement though, that's nice. You can bump up your dexterity for better AC, accuracy, and damage. 9th level rangers can learn 3rd level spells, but I'd actually grab Pass Without Trace from the 2nd level, giving creatures you choose within 30 feet of you +10 to their stealth checks, including you. So with expertise and +10, you basically perfectly blend in with any environment, unless you roll a 1. 10th level rangers get Hide in Plain Sight, pushing your stealth abilities even further and letting you stand still to give enemies a -10 to their perception checks to find you. 11th level Gloomstalkers get the Stalker's Flurry, letting you re-roll a missed attack once per round, making sure you get the most out of all of your attacks. 12th level Ranger will be our Capstone. It gives us another ability score improvement, and dexterity is really what you need here, so get that up. Otherwise, round off odd numbers, there's no point in having a 19 instead of an 18. Now that we've hit level 20, let's figure out how good of a build this is. First, you are a sneaky lady, with Ranger and Rogue combining to create an invisible woman that would make Sue Storm jealous. You're also super deadly on the first round with that stealth skill, sneak attack, and extra attacks as a Ranger. You'll probably be able to drop a smaller enemy before they even get a turn. Finally, you're loaded up with skills, with 10 proficiencies and expertise on 6 of them, making you a fantastic puzzle solver. For weaknesses, this is really a build for dungeon delving, so some of our levels investing in that could go to waste if your DM is running a battlefield campaign. You're also relying pretty heavily on your proficiency bonuses to get things done, with only 2 ability score improvements leaving you low for saves and non-proficient checks, specifically a low charisma modifier. You have all the knowledge in the world, but if nobody listens to you, plans are gonna get set by some old dude who knows all those stories are just legends. But honestly, you're a legend in your own right. No matter what scenario approaches, you'll survive it and fight your way out. Try to play nice in the sandbox, but realize at the end of the day, you're the one who decides if you live or die. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe for more. We do new builds every week. Square Enix are in charge of making the Tomb Raider games now, but they got started with the Final Fantasy series, so vote in the poll for Vivi, Noctis, or Kamari. Come back next week for some chimichangas.